Have you ever wanted a podcast that is multifaceted? That your hosts are cool and down to earth. You know, they talk about everything under the sun, including the kitchen sink, but they also are real. You know, well, let me tell you about Table Muscles. Now, Rob and Wolf are co-hosts, and Rob is a good friend of mine. They have a really cool podcast that, like I said, covers everything. You know, they do conspiracy theories. They do shout outs. They support an organization or an awareness for the month. If you are going through a rough time, you know, they make themselves available. You know, you can hit them up with a direct message on Insta, their Facebook page. I don't know if they have a Twitter yet. But they're a really cool podcast. Two really down-to-earth guys that keep it real. You know, they're there for you. They talk about a lot of different things. So their podcast has a little bit of everything. Make sure you go check them out. It's Table Muscles. They're on every platform. They're on social media. Let them know that Ms. Hyde from What the Paranormal sent you. And go show them some love and support. They're fairly new, but, you know, let's show our support. And they have a little bit of everything, so, you know, they may have topics that you really enjoy. So go take a listen and see what they have. Don't forget, they're called Table Muscles, and they're on social media, and they are on all the podcast platforms. And don't forget to tell them that Miss Hyde from What the Paranormal sent you over. Hello, and welcome to the seance room, where we communicate with our dearly departed and the occasional annoying, frustrating, but friendly office ghost. The seance room is a place where we all come to discuss everything and anything under the paranormal umbrella. So stay with us, join hands, and enjoy the episode. Hey folks, so we're going to discuss today 10 haunted places in Cali, perfect for a paranormal first date. Now, which of you out there would love to go on a date, your first date, at a haunted location? Raise your hands. Come on. Hands go up. I see hands. Me. I would love to do that. So, it supposedly says 10 haunted California locations. So, let's see what these haunted locations are. Now, are you bored on a Saturday night? Are you and your cutie in need of something fun and new to do? Okay, well, check these places out. These haunted roads, parks, businesses are all home to various types of paranormal activity. Now, some are guaranteed to spice up the old dating routine. And, well, Others may make you go boom. Alright, number 10. The Phoenix Theater in Petaluma, California. Now, do you and your significant other enjoy a good play or the hottest new band? Well, enjoy a night out at the Fox Theater where ghosts are said to roam. Visitors have seen full body apparitions, watching the stage from the balcony. Others report constant disembodied sounds in the women's bathroom. And I think this is the one, I don't know which team did it, that they investigate, and it's either the dressing rooms that are haunted by a couple famous movie stars. I think it's the Phoenix Theater. I think it is. I'm not sure. I gotta go check YouTube. Alright, Fiddler's Green, Modoc County, California. Now, according to this legend, a woman was once killed at Clear Lake by a gang of robbers who invaded her home. For a second there, I said Crystal Lake. The robbers then proceeded to throw her body down a nearby well. Okay, come on. Why do people want to throw people down the well? Well, if that well somehow goes out to other locations, that water is going to reek. Now, if your date wants to spend some quality time hanging down by the lakeshore, be sure to keep your eyes peeled and an apparition for the woman. She's known to mess around with a phantom fiddle as well. Really? I guess that's why they call it Fiddler's Green. Okay, now this one is like freaking popular all year round. Okay, it's popular during Halloween. It's extremely popular during Dia de los Muertos. So, if you don't know what I'm talking about Hollywood Forever Cemetery in Los Angeles, California. Now, this cemetery has some really cool headstones and mausoleums. There's another one off the 10 freeway, like a couple blocks from downtown LA, that has the first black actress to be buried there. I think she was from Gone with the Wind. I think. I gotta go back. I did an investigation there. Now, that cemetery has a lot of cool mausoleums. I mean, like everything, every so often you'd see a Mason diagram engraved in a lot of the headstones. That one had a lot of Van Owens, the Lancashires, and Forever Green is another cemetery in downtown LA, also had the Van Owens and the Lancashires. And if you don't know who the Van Owens or the Lancashires are, they were rich families that helped mold Los Angeles. But if you want me to do an episode on that, let me know, because I'll do an episode on that. Okay, so Hollywood Forever is known for being a burial site for many celebrities. Now, you have Rudolph Valentino's ghost, who's said to appear wandering around as he's meandering through the cemetery and then disappears over his tombstone. Now, the cemetery also has, like movies at the cemetery. So if you want to take your first date and go watch a movie in a cemetery, pack yourself a couple snacks, like a couple glasses of wine, or in my case, tequila, or some Coke, the drink, not the substance, and go watch movies in a cemetery. Now, here's another one that is local. And a lot of people in the area, when you mention this place, they're like, oh yeah, I know where that's at. It's Gravity Hill in Altadena, California. Now, if you don't know, Altadena is a very upscale part of the San Gabriel Valley. I mean, houses are beautiful, big old mansion style houses, meticulous yards. Like, you don't see just any run of the mill walking around. They're very, very upscale. Not like Bel Air or Beverly Hills, but Altadena is like San Gabriel Valley's version of Beverly Hills. That's how I describe it. But I could be wrong if you ask somebody. Now, there are many skeptics, okay, and I'm going to tell you why. Believe that Gravity Hill can be explained as an optical illusion. Now, it's been known that, spooky hills are scattered all over the place, but this is known for actual paranormal versus oh, come on, sorry, technical difficulties versus simple gravity. Okay, so the Loma Hill in Altadena happens to be one of those places. Now, as gravity works, we all know how gravity works. This is not a science podcast. It's a weekly podcast. So, we'll leave the science to the science. But now, we all know how gravity works, right? Or, how gravity works on you. Well, let's use your car, okay? Now, some people say that you throw some baby powder on the back of the trunk and the car will roll up the hill with phantom fingertips that are said to appear, I'm using air quotes, in the powder and help push your car away from danger. Now, many people say it's just an illusion. You're really not going uphill. Well, you're going uphill, but, it's just a weird thing, they said. So you got to go check it out yourself. That's in Altadena. I've never been to Gravity Hill, per se, because I feel out of place when I go there. It's like the only Mexican lady in freaking upscale white neighborhood. Yeah, no. There's a lot of predominantly Asian and white people live in that area. So, yeah, no, I feel out of place. The next one. Now, this is a theme park. And as far as theme parks go, this is just as bad or worse than the happiest place on earth, which I personally call hell on earth. I despise hell on earth because there are a lot of rude parents pushing strollers, and yeah, no, I can't do it. So, if you don't know what I'm talking about Knott's Berry Farm in Buena Park, California. Now, consider taking your date to this very unique amusement park. Unique is a good choice of words. Now, many locations within the park are said to be haunted. Camp Snoopy's haunted. The Kingdom of the Dinosaur ride's haunted. Now, I don't know if those are still there. Like I said, I'm not a theme park fanatic, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. Now, rumor has it that there was once a parachute ride. I think I remember that, but I don't know. But it was shut down after a man committed suicide off of it in the 80s. See, this is why. Oh my God, I don't know. You and your date will not only enjoy the roller coaster, but the cold spots and disembodied noises that you hear in various parts of the park. Now, like I said, don't do theme parks. I find them annoying and just will end up with a migraine the size of Mount Rushmore. I used to do crowds, growing up, did crowds, partied on, yeah. But then I started to get more of the social phobia, the claustrophobia, and stuff like that. So I don't like to be in crowded places. Kind of gives me anxiety. And because crowded places, the thing about people bumping into me and touching me and contamination, I don't do all that. So I don't do those kind of places. I can barely tolerate the laundromat. Okay, next one is the Carlsbad Inn Beach Resort in Carlsbad, California. Now, anything along the beach coast in San Diego is haunted. I will let you all know that because San Diego has a lot of haunted locations. Now, this is a very scenic beach resort that if you want to get mushy and lovey-dovey, this would be a place to take your significant other or your one-night booty stand or whatever you want to call it. Now, it's not only filled with the luxurious amenities, but it's also home to what could be a poltergeist. Now, if you don't know what a poltergeist is, I'm going to do an entire episode on poltergeists. Now, some poltergeists are man-made. People create these poltergeists, and some poltergeists are already just being poltergeists. So I will do an entire episode, probably get it out middle of next week, because the week of Halloween we're gonna do an episode almost every day. So we're gonna do that. Now, there's also a shadow that's been seen in the inn's offices, as well as a misty, gelatinous form hovering in the courtyard. Now, spend your romantic day on the beach and then flirt your evening hunting down an entity in the comfort of the hotel. Yeah, that's kind of like how when we stayed at the Hotel del Coronado, we had a lot of ghostly encounters in our room. There was a lot of orbs. There was a lot of noises. Sounded like somebody was dragging shit across the floor. Sounded like somebody was messing with the door handle. Our friend who slept in the bed next to us, he said he felt pressure on his head at night, and it showed up on the video recorder. So, yeah. That is cool. Now, we're going to go to Battery Point Lighthouse in Crescent City. Now, this is up in the northern part of the state. Now, who wouldn't want to go spend quality time surrounded by the beautiful Pacific Ocean in a lighthouse with the house and, quaint, just spend quality time with your significant other? Not me. But be sure to take them to this historic lighthouse. Now, said to be haunted by the spirit of a former lightkeeper. Some report hearing unseen footsteps climbing up the stairwell. Former caretakers have said that the spirit likes to sit in the rocking chair. Now, if you go there, have your date listen for the ghost as the two of you are make out to a glimpse of the beautiful sea. So, usually historic places are very haunted. Waverly House in San Diego is very haunted. Both by people who live there, hangings of, prisoners. There's also a demonic spirit that's lurking. Even the owner's pet dog, occasionally is seen running around. So yeah, you guys should check it out. Okay, now the next one is called La Paz, Calabasas, California. This is like North LA area, or no, not North. Calabasas would be West LA area. Now, La Paz is a restaurant that is said to be haunted. Now, some people will go to the restaurant not to eat, but just to hope they catch some paranormal activity. Now, local have reported seeing a strange cowboy ghost, but a lot of investigations haven't turned up anything. So, you're gonna have to like kind of wing it to see if it's really haunted or not. But they say it is. It's just like Placita del Vera Street in downtown LA. The whole downtown LA area is very spiritually active. And I know because every time I drive anywhere near downtown LA, I get this excruciating migraine. I mean, it's like I drive up to Lorena Street on the 60 freeway, and as soon as I get to Lorena Street, which is like a couple streets on the freeway before you hit downtown, migraine hits clockwork. And then because it's a lot of places downtown, like the Flower Mart district, you have the produce section, the produce mart downtown, you have the alleys, you have a lot of wholesale businesses downtown, and there's a place that sells boxes of eggs wholesale. Just traveling downtown, you hear a lot of different noises. Now, if you're in tune with the spirit realm like I am, it drives me bonkers. There's a lot of chaos. I hear a lot of static. I hear a lot of weird dialects. I hear a lot of the native dialects. I hear stampedes of horses. I hear the cowboys. I hear the rancheros. I pick up all these little things in different areas of downtown, and it's really bad on Olympic and Pico. Those streets run downtown LA, and then it gets really bad when I get close to Dodger Stadium. Like I'll go to a Dodger game, and the entire time I'm in downtown LA, I could be downtown, I could be at the stadium, I could be at USC. As soon as I leave the area, the vicinity of downtown LA, my migraine goes away. It never fails. And I had a very hard time when I used to work downtown, because every morning I would carpool with my friend Sue, because we worked in the same company, and my migraine would just start boom, 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 boom. It was wretched. But, there's a lot of locations downtown LA that are extremely haunted. So you just need to know where to go and where to look for. The Natural History Museum in LA is haunted. I believe, was it the African Savannah? That I kept hearing footsteps running around, and there was nobody in the savannah except for me. So yeah, it depends where you go in downtown LA. You encounter a lot of paranormal activity. The next one, sorry, I got sidetracked. The Vallejo Naval and Historical Museum in Vallejo, California. This is also up north. It's around the Bay Area. It's like if you watch the Zodiac Killer, it's basically in the area where the Zodiac Killer was very popular. Now, The building was constructed in the early 1900s. And it was said as to be like a community meeting house. Now, according to a local legend, a woman by the name of Rose Borgia is said to have suffocated and died in the attic before it was a museum. Now, how did she get into the attic? And how did she suffocate? I mean, when I hear attic, I mean, like, what is she doing in the attic in the first place? Today, her ghost is said to be randomly appear amongst the displays and then accompanied by a phantom smell of gardenias. Now, I get phantom smells. I get phantom cigar smell like if somebody's smoking a cigar. I get the phantom smell of lavender. I get phantom smells of like liquor and beer. And usually that's like in my apartment. And then lately at work, I've been getting the phantom smell of like cologne, and I can't place it. And before you guys say, well, it's just your boss. No. I open the door every morning, and the first thing that hits me in the face is the cologne. And throughout the day, it goes and it comes and it goes and it comes. So, we must have a new visitor. And the fucker won't introduce himself. Can't be like the other office ghost and be kind and be nice. But, now, the last haunted location is another restaurant, and this one is Duke's in Malibu, California. Now, you can go out to this restaurant, have a couple drinks, eat dinner, but there is a ghost called Chris Polos, who happens to be the former owner of Duke's Malibu, who likes to chill at the bar area. Now, female visitors have also reported seeing a spirit of an unknown woman in the corner of the bathroom. See, that's the worst that happens. You expect to be alone in a baño, and you look and there's somebody standing there. But it's even more difficult when they are not transparent. And they're solid, and you think there's somebody there, but in reality, there's nobody there. Now, Duke's in Malibu once was a brothel. I didn't know this. This spooky and very sensual bar is sure to spark some interest tales from both of you. So, it doesn't matter if you're devoted to the paranormal or you want to plan a fun day for Halloween. None of these spots, except for maybe the La Paz restaurant in Calabasas. I mean, it wouldn't kill you, kill you, to go and check out these locations and see if you catch anything. I mean, if you have an iPhone, even an Android, you can be on your date and just, hit the voice memo and let it run, let it record, and see what you catch. Usually I do that at night, and I've gotten a couple creepy noises in the background. So I would do that and check it out. You could also, I know there's a couple cemeteries for the month of October that have that picnic in the cemetery. And it's usually the really nice cemeteries that usually have those. I've done those before. I'm the type of person that will even have a picnic by myself in a cemetery. I used to go on Saturdays and drive to the cemetery and park my car, and I'll just walk it looking at headstones and trying to see, ooh, you were born in 1765, and there is a cemetery, a very old cemetery in Altadena, out that way, that has these really, 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 really interesting headstones. And some of the people buried there were from the 1700s. And I'd be like, ooh, I talk to them. It's like, ooh, hello, Fred. I see that, you would have been 120 years old. Ooh, interesting. Tell me about yourself. And people look at me like I'm crazy, which technically I am. But it's just my way of feeling at home. Some people don't like cemeteries. Some people find cemeteries and graveyards very creepy, very evil. I personally find them very comforting. Like I said many times, I grab my lunch, I pick a interesting headstone, I go, pardon me, sir, I'm going to join you for lunch. You're more than welcome to come and join me. And people will look at me like I'm fucking crazy. And it's not that I'm crazy. It's just I feel very relaxed and very at home. And I like talking to them because I like telling them, if they were born in the 1800s and we're in 2020, I like telling them, well, this is what you've missed out. We have this pandemic called COVID-19. Like, people are dying. Half of the population is like probably gone of the United States. We've been through wars. We have Donald Trump as president. I tell them all this weird stuff that nobody really gives a damn. But, I mean, you never know. They can be there listening you and probably laughing like, what the fuck is this chick talking about? That kind of stuff. But I personally would recommend these locations. I would probably do all these locations, like I said, except for La Paz and Gravity Hill. Those probably be the only two that I wouldn't personally go do. But that's my opinion and what I would do. But if you would to take a date, where would you go out of these 10 locations? I really would like to know. Shoot us a message on Insta, on Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat. I even have the text message number you guys can communicate with. So let me know, which of these 10 would you take a date on, and see what's going on. Let me know. You all have a good night. See you all later. If you're new to the podcast community and you want to start a new podcast and you're looking for a platform that is user-friendly, that has everything you need at your fingertips, that won't set any limits, that you can earn money, then I would recommend Anchor. Now, Anchor can be used basically anywhere. You could be in your car, you can be laying on the sofa in bed, where you can edit, record, and upload. You can throw in soundtracks. Everything is there for you. Now, I use it because it's user friendly, and it is free, and I find it really easy to navigate without it being very confusing. Now, most platforms, before you can even try it out, you need to sign up and pick a plan. I like Anchor because I don't have to go through any of that. So I recommend it. Now, if you really want to get into it, I recommend you going to your website, anchor.fm, and signing up, or you can download anchor.fm from the Google Store, iTunes, and give it a try. So don't forget to go to anchor.fm, sign up, and I'll see you all in podcast community. Thank you for joining us in the seance room. I hope you enjoyed the episode today. And I would like to thank all our new listeners, all our current listeners, and all our future listeners for joining us. With that being said, please like, share, and subscribe our podcast. We are on all platforms from Apple to Spotify to Castbox, soon to be iHeartRadio. So you can probably find us on all podcast platforms. If you have any stories you'd like to share, please go ahead and email us at whattheparanormal1977@gmail.com. We'll take a look at your story and we'll read it. If you would like to follow us on social media, we are on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also leave us a message via the Anchor app. The link will be listed below. And with that being said, we close the seance room. And we hope you all have a good day and keep it ghosting.